Bible. As promised, Patrick is here. He's the Director of Faith Formation and Missionary Discipleship, and he's joining us to talk about the upcoming Discipleship Conference in the Archdiocese of Boston, Massachusetts. Patrick, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Your first visit to Catholic TV.
It is, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty big, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, tell us about the Discipleship Conference, because I don't know much about it.
Sure. So we just heard from Pope Francis in the news about the danger of a Christian life becoming routine. And discipleship is basically what it means to be a disciple, to be a follower of Jesus Christ. The conference is essentially about helping us not let that discipleship, not let the Christian life become routine, and how those of us who are leaders in parishes, be that paid staff or volunteer, can help people to avoid that and can really embrace that relationship with Christ and grow and have it grow deeper.
I understand you have a good group of keynote speakers coming in too. I understand also there's a ninja involved. Maybe you can talk about some of the speakers coming in.
I want to hear about the ninja.
So the keynote speakers are Bobby Vidal and Sean Bryan. Sean Bryan's he calls himself the papal ninja. So he was on American Ninja Warrior, the TV show, the sort of physical competition show. Yeah. But he also he studied theology, and he talks about the relationship between spiritual health and physical health and how to live as a disciple of Jesus Christ. So he's met with the Cardinal, he's been to the cathedral, and we wanted to bring him in so that more people could get to know him and what he had to say, because people find him very inspiring and exciting. And Bobby Vidal, the other keynote speaker, he's a director of adult faith formation at a parish, St. Kateri Tekakwitha in Santa Clarita, California. And he also wrote a chapter in a book called Becoming a Parish of Intentional Disciples. And he's really done that for his parish. So he's going to talk about parish transformation through adult faith formation. He calls it intentional discipleship, bearing spiritual fruit that sustains.
You know, I go to church every Sunday, 7:30, sit in the same seat with my family, right there in the pew. And I'm always amazed because I know some of the people behind the scenes, the volunteers, the parish staff, but they're really the backbone, and the pastor depends so much about them. Why are they special people? Because they certainly are, because they do a lot of work and they're not looking really for any type of reward.
Right. Well, it's funny, because another chapter in that Becoming a Parish of Intentional Discipleship book is about the co-responsibility of the laity. And that's one of the things that we talk about in our work with the parishes, is that we can't rely solely on the pastors, not because they don't have a very important role, but because there's too much for them to do on their own to care for the people of our parishes. So, as you say, the volunteers, the sacristans, the extraordinary ministers of Holy Communion, and lectors, and faith formation directors, and even the custodial staff. Everybody has an important role in making our parishes places that are warm and welcoming and inviting to people, so that they can grow in relationship with Jesus and encounter him in the sacraments there.
You were talking about routine too, Patrick, too. What's conferences or a conference like this, how can this help people who are working in the parish, who are, to meet others and to sort of get re-energized at a conference like this?
Absolutely. We've done gatherings of faith formation leaders the last few years, but we haven't had a conference of the size or scope in, I think, since 2011 or so. So we're very happy to have it back and have the faith formation leaders, but also to have them bring their catechists and parish volunteers as well. But as you say, it's an opportunity for them to hear talks about relational ministry, adult faith formation, really engage these issues in breakout sessions. Also youth ministry, young adult ministry, but also, as you say, to network with each other and also get to hear from different publishers that are putting out resources related to this idea of discipleship and faith formation and things like that.
Tell us about the day a little more in depth. So we have the keynote speakers, and you talk about breakout sessions. So what does the day look like?
Sure. So we kick it off with Bobby. He's going to be the keynote in the morning, and then there'll be a round of breakout sessions and some time in between the breakouts for people to visit with some of the publishers and vendors and exhibitors. We'll have a break for lunch, and that'll give people more time to network and to see what's in the exhibits and things like that. Then another round of breakout sessions after lunch, and then we'll close the day with the second keynote from Sean Bryan, the Papal Ninja.
You've been mentioning you've been in the position now for about 3 years now,
That's
Patrick.
Right, yes.
Talk about your position at the Archdiocese too, and
Sure.
your work, and what's it been like for yourself personally?
Sure. So for my first 3 years, I was what was called the Director of Training and Support. my job was really related specifically to parish-based evangelization and the implementation of the Archdiocesan Pastoral Plan, Disciples and Mission. It's only really been since April that my new title and the work of faith formation as well has been involved in our work. And that's just a natural connection, that disciples and mission, parish-based evangelization, if we're going to do that successfully, we're also going to be doing faith formation really well. So from my perspective and for our team, it's really exciting to get to be able to talk about both. Father Matt Williams, before he was assigned most of the time to the Seaport Shrine, was directing faith formation, and we were always trying to have my team and his team work together, and now we've just sort of combined the two teams. So it's been an exciting time, a period of a lot of change at the Pastoral Center for us and how we serve the parishes. I actually have a team of 5 consultants now, and each one has responsibility for a region of the Archdiocese. So we're really, like we ask people in parishes to be doing relational ministry with those they serve, with everyone from children and youth to families and adults who come to Mass on Sunday. We're trying to model that by doing relational ministry with the faith formation professionals and the clergy and the other staff and volunteers in the parishes out in the field. So having one person dedicated for each region allows that person to really develop relationships in a way that we weren't otherwise with Archdiocese with 286 parishes.
Well, we're almost out of time, Patrick. Where can people learn more? And I think the first 150, they're eligible for an incentive.
That's right. If you go to disciplesandmission.com/conference, that's where you can register and find more information. The first 150 registrants get a free copy of the Catholicism New Evangelization DVD from Father Barron's Word on Fire, Bishop Barron's Word on Fire.
Well, it sounds like a great time. Thanks for coming in. The real question I have to ask you, what'd you think of the joke?
It was okay.
It was okay. You kind of have the same reaction that a lot of the staff have had about the joke. It's not really going over as well as I hope. Watch Friday, though, because if you watch Friday, you're going to hear Kevin's joke.
Okay.